Hello guys and gals and welcome! So today we're going to be doing another Let's Wait for the Beta video. So you guys and gals may not quite understand what I'm doing, and I kind of want to explain because I've gotten a lot of people on YouTube who have pulled up my countdown to beta videos, and I guess they think that I know exactly when the beta is coming, and that's why I'm doing a countdown to beta video. But really, I'm just having fun, chatting and talking with everybody about the beta. We're also searching, so we know nobody really knows unless you've got an uncle in Blizzard or you work for Blizzard themselves. So we're all kind of just trying to find information on our own. Like for instance, I check out several things. Like there is a article on the Battle.net website which I go to. And I refresh to see if they have added any more information into. I link that into chat there. There is also a press release website where basically Blizzard will release like screenshots and videos for the press to use so that they can create articles, which is pretty cool. So you come in here and you can actually see they have like the logos and they have the Diablo II Resurrected Mephisto art and various things like that. So it's actually pretty cool. You can come in here and you can download some of the stuff that was used in the like the news announcements. They also have it in multiple languages, so you can see all the cool stuff. They got the logos. I think the logos are pretty sweet looking too. I don't know if I downloaded the logos. I'm gonna download both the logos. And we also look at some other things too. Like for instance, they have the forums. So we're going to go to the Diablo II Resurrected forums, the official forums, and we're going to take a look and see if there's been any new posts by the developers. We did happen to find that one. So that one Diablo II Resurrected post, which was sort of aimed at calming down people, who were maybe a little upset that there was no information yet. And looks like my sound alerts program is doing us a heckin' silly. There you go. Refresh that. All right, so we're going to go to these forums. We're going to take a look, and there's got to be something. So we're going to go to the Diablo II Resurrected forums. We're going to go to the Blizz tracker. He's made one post since, the same guy that confirmed to us yesterday that the Diablo II Resurrected was not delayed. And what's up, Chadman? Chadman28. The chaddest of chads. Know ye that the chaddest of chads does exist in my chat today. It doesn't look like the post that he made today had anything really to do with Diablo 2 Resurrected. So we're going to do a couple more searches here. D2R beta, and I'm going to limit it to today. So we're only going to look for results that pop up today. And see what we can find. There's a post on Reddit that was only a couple hours ago. Take a look at this. That's what I'm trying to determine right now, Chadman. We're looking all over the internet. We're seeing if we can scour any information that we can. Well, it's nice to have a tomb run that doesn't have a level 90 sorceress in it murdering everything. I was reading this one post on Reddit by this guy. He says, my money is on August 8th to the 12th. We will see it go live. Just a guess, but but it would make sense, seeing as how that would give them more time to stress test the servers and potentially find more issues and bugs. There are a lot of ways that companies will do betas. Sometimes they do very restricted betas. Sometimes they do very open betas. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll do betas in waves, so they'll have like 2 or 3 days of beta access, and then after the 2 or 3 days is up, they'll close it down. They'll figure out an update schedule. They update the game, and then once they've updated the game, they bring it back up for another 2 or 3 days for everyone to test the changes. But see, my thing about Diablo II Resurrected is that Diablo II is a very advanced and very complicated game, and I don't really feel like they're going to be able to get an adequate amount of testing with just like 2 or 3 days. That doesn't seem likely. So what am I suggesting? Well, I'm suggesting that they are probably going to have more than just 2 or 3 days worth of testing time. And I could totally see it being in phases if they wanted to, do like, okay, we're at beta version, 0.5, and then we're at beta version 0.6, and stuff like that. Chadman, no, they're actually going to be missing 2 characters. So they're going to have all the characters except for there will not be Necromancer and there will not be an Assassin. So we're going to get to, last time we didn't get to play the Paladin, the Assassin, the Necromancer, and the Druid. But they are including the Paladin and the Druid this time. So we're gonna be able to at least play 2 of the classes we didn't get access to during the alpha. The Paladin is going to be really exciting, in my opinion, because the Paladin has all these beautiful, beautiful auras, and it's going to be really, really pretty to see. Just going through all the auras and having fun looking at how awesome they are. Also, it seems like they've made a lot of changes since the alpha. There's actually a video up on my YouTube page if you're interested. It's basically just a video going over all the changes between alpha and the beta. And there is quite a few changes going from the alpha and the beta. So keep that in mind. They added more shared stash tabs. They changed quite a few items. They modified the skill, like the way the skills look. There was a whole bunch of interesting things that they changed. A whole slew, as it were. Slew. It was very interesting because I remember that video that I made, the one that actually got blocked by Blizzard. They actually specifically, fixed like everything that I talked about in that video, and I thought that was really interesting. I really need access to my bow.
Not enough mod.
Oh, dang, I almost instinctively clicked on her gold. What's up, Ice Sloth? Trying to get rid of the Unraveler, but he's pretty well protected right now. Whew, I needed some potions. Really needed some potions. All right. Alright, we're going to keep doing a little bit of searching over here. It's kind of off screen. I know you guys can't see me doing the searching, but I'm looking through Reddit posts, various things on the other screen. I can scroll without clicking off, thankfully. A lot of this stuff is actually kind of old, so I'm going to switch to a new post real quick. Hold on. Let me help these guys first. D2R is not delayed. That's literally all the only information that we've gotten so far is D2R is not delayed. That's it. Alright, we're going to do another search here. And my videos pop up right on the top. I'm telling you, it was not my intention to... what is the term? Clickbait? I was not trying to clickbait. I was just trying to have some fun with you guys and gals, and you know, talk about the beta, do a little bit of investigating together. And I'm getting left behind. Sorry, I'm over here crunching on chips, I know. Well, pretzels. Beta date confirmed. That was a troll. All the trolling going on. No Diablo II Resurrected announcement yet, unfortunately. I mean, I don't think it would necessarily hurt anything, but I just don't even really see any reason why you would need to change something like that. There's plenty of arrows all over the place throughout the game. And I feel like at the end of the day, it would unbalance the drops a little bit, because arrows are part of the drops. You know, it's part of the drop percentage, so a lot of the times arrows and bolts will drop from monsters as opposed to more useful loot. Especially when you're playing a character that is not using a bow. And, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how they would work that out. I thought it would be much more interesting just to simply add an item into the game. Like a quiver that would be an unlimited quiver. Something that was really high level, like maybe like 70 or 80. Just so that, you know, if you had an Amazon that was that high of a level, you know, you could gain a benefit of having unlimited arrows. But it wouldn't be something that you could use early on. It would be like a higher level item that you would look forward to. But keep in mind, though, there actually is already an unlimited arrow in the game, which is Magic Arrow. So Magic Arrow, when you level it up high enough, costs no mana. And Magic Arrow also generates an arrow itself. So as you can see right now, I have no arrow on my character. And I can still fire Magic Arrows. So, I mean, technically there is an infinite arrow in the game. Also, there are quite a few bows that have the magic arrow effect on them, and so that when you fire your regular attack, the regular attack requires no arrows either, because the regular attack is using those magic arrows. So, I mean, in a way, it is already in the game. Blizzard president stepped down. That seems like a likely move considering all the craziness going on. Somebody's got to take responsibility, right? Even if it wasn't necessarily his fault. He was the one who was responsible, so... if he stood by and did nothing... The Blizzard president stepped down, huh? Let's take a look at that. That sounds like some interesting information. I can get out of here with your big old ads blocking up the entire screen. Literally half my screen is covered up with ads. Like, I can't even read your article. How am I supposed to read the article? Exactly. How? I don't think they rightly care. J. Allen Brack, the president of Warcraft and Overwatch studio Blizzard Entertainment, is leaving his position less than 2 weeks after investigation by California Department of Fair Employment and Housing made public exposing allegations of harassment and discrimination with the company. In a statement released by Blizzard, it's announced that Brock will be stepping down and will be replaced by the leadership team of Jen O'Neill and Mike Ybarra. To all members of the Blizzard community, we want to let you know about an important leadership change at Blizzard Entertainment. Starting today, J. Allen Brack will be stepping down as the leader of the studio, and Jen O'Neill and Mike Ybarra will be co-lead Blizzard moving forward. Jen joined Blizzard in January as Executive Vice President of Development, where she is providing senior development leadership support to Diablo and Overwatch franchises. Jen is the former head of Vicarious Visions, which is now part of Blizzard Entertainment. Okay. So, Vicarious Visions was untouched. And this literally means that Vicarious Visions is probably the only thing in Blizzard right now that is untouched, and they are literally going out of their way to appoint people in Vicarious Visions to membership roles in Blizzard to probably mitigate the damage. That's very interesting. And unfortunately, even though Vicarious Visions is probably insulated from this incident, that means that they're taking people from Vicarious Visions and putting them into Blizzard, which is going to affect Vicarious Visions. Because obviously you're going to be missing some of your core leadership in the company. This is all very interesting. After many years at Xbox, Mike joined the company in 2019 as an Executive Vice President and General Manager of Platform and Technology, where he's been overseeing the evolution of Battle.net and our development services organization. Jen and Mike have more than 3 decades of gaming experience. Between them, moving forward, they will share responsibilities over game development and company operations. So they're not appointing one leader, they're appointing 2 people who are not leading individually, but together as a cohesive unit, I suppose. That sounds kind of odd. Like they're afraid of backlash. Maybe if one of them fails, they'll boot one and keep the other, and then I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Both leaders are deeply committed to all our employees to the work ahead to ensure Blizzard is the safest, most welcoming workplace for women and people of any gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation or background, to upholding and reinforcing our values, and to rebuilding your trust with many years of industrial experience and deep commitment to integrity and inclusivity. Jen, Mike will lead Blizzard with care, compassion, and dedication, excellence. You'll hear more from Jen and Mike soon. Brack also released a short statement which reads, I am confident that Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra will provide the leadership Blizzard needs to realize its full potential and will accelerate the pace of change. I anticipate they will do so with passion and enthusiasm, that they can be trusted to lead with the highest levels of integrity, commitment, and components of our culture that make Blizzard so special. A separate announcement on Activision's investor page says that Brock is leaving to pursue new opportunities. He has been president since 2018 and has been at the company since 2006, having previously worked at companies like Origin, Wing Commander, and Star Wars Galaxies. Brock was one of the only 2 people explicitly named in California's lawsuit, which accused the new former head of Blizzard of failing to deal with internal reports of sexual harassment, sexism, including allegations that former World of Warcraft director Alex Afrasiabi would try to put his arms around and kiss female workers at company events. Following staff emails by Activision Blizzard... A freaking big-ass ad just popped up right in the middle of me reading. Following staff emails by Activision Blizzard executives downplaying the allegations, current and former employees at the company signed an open letter and engaged in a walkout last week, calling for several changes to create a safer, more equitable workplace. Interesting. So I was kind of under the impression that it would not have any effect on Vicarious Visions, but now I'm starting to realize that because it doesn't have any effect on Vicarious Visions, they are using Vicarious Visions as a place to pull workers from that are unaffected by the current situation. So maybe, after all, there is going to be some sort of delay. I mean, if they are pulling people from Vicarious Visions, especially people who are in leadership roles, they very well could be causing some issues. Huh. I mean, there's also a possibility that it could cause no problem whatsoever, and in that, if that's the case, then oh well. But it certainly is interesting that the president stepped down. A lot of the times in situations like that where a leader fails, they usually make someone take responsibility, because the company is not going to go down, trust me. The company is not going to let themselves disappear just because one person made a mistake, or even because multiple people made a mistake. They will find a scapegoat, they will fire that scapegoat, or force that scapegoat out, and then pin basically everything on them. Well, I mean, if I was the company, I would have a vested interest in making sure it comes out on time. I mean, it's money. They're going to be bleeding money after this lawsuit. I bet you they're going to be paying out tons of people. Millions of dollars going down the drain because of like sexual harassment lawsuits and things like that. And the company's going to need the revenue coming from Diablo II Resurrected to keep them afloat. By the way, that monster we killed earlier, Ka the Soulless. Ka the Soulless is a monster that is very specifically only in the wrong tomb of Tal Rasha. So if you ever see Ka the Soulless, you will know that you are not in the correct tomb. At least that's from what I remember, unless they've changed it. But I'm pretty sure Ka the Soulless is only in the wrong tomb. Yeah, so here's the chest, so we know this is one of the wrong tombs. Diablo 4 is going to take some real effort to become something that people might actually want to play. I don't think it's coming out anytime soon anyway, so they have time to work on stuff, I guess. It's all rather silly, to be honest. I don't really understand it. I think what we're looking at here is just Blizzard flailing about trying to find anything to to resolve the issue. And they don't necessarily know how to resolve the issue. I think they're gonna flail around and see if they can figure out how to do it. And hiring the Vicarious Visions president to be the president of the new Blizzard company is probably one of the best steps they could have made, because they're signaling in a nutshell that they you know, hey, we're getting rid of the old, we're in with the new. But see, you know, this was probably a decision made by the the board of investors or whatever you want to call it, the people who handle the money. And at the end of the day, it probably wasn't the president's fault, because a lot of the times decisions get made above the president's head, usually by the board of directors or people who are the shareholders of Blizzard. They come in and they you know, say, oh, hey, we can't lose this person. You know, do whatever it takes to keep this person. And the president is forced to probably do some things that he would rather not like to do. So we can't necessarily say completely that it was his fault entirely. You know, he may have been at fault a little bit, and then it may have been other people higher up who were, you know, corralling him into the direction that they wanted him to go. What's up, your buddy Travo? Apparently there was a whole lot of crazy stuff that went on over at Blizzard. I could probably sum it up in like 3 sentences. Open drinking policy. Apparently Blizzard has an open drinking policy. A breastfeeding room combined with the open drinking policy. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a breastfeeding room. If you need to bring your baby to work and you've got to breastfeed them, you know, you got to work. You got to have a baby. The baby needs to eat. You need to eat. Everybody needs to eat, right? But you got an open drinking policy. You got a bunch of drunk people running around who probably are not following whatever drink minimum you've got set, and that's just dumb. So you know, so an open drink policy combined with a breastfeeding room where basically they would go in there and stare at the women while they were breastfeeding, while the women screamed for them to get out. And then apparently number 3, they were also offering drugs in the workplace, and then the managers were getting mad when they would turn them down. And that's just the cream of the crop there. There's a whole lot more that was going on over there. I don't know what to think about it. Just for laughs, I was talking with it about my company's to my company's HR director, and I was like, "Have you ever heard of a company that has an open drink policy?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, do you think that that's a good idea for a company to have an open drink policy?" And she's like, "No." And this is the even funnier part, right? So think about it like this, okay? Even if a normal person can hold their liquor and might behave themselves, can you imagine how much of an ego these millionaires have? These people that are hired by Blizzard that are probably making, you know, millions of dollars a year, or maybe close to $1 million a year. in pay because they're so high up there in the company and so valuable. These people must have egos the size of the Goodyear blimp. And then you combine alcohol with these egos. That was a recipe a recipe of disaster waiting to happen. Of course, you know, us peasants that would never be allowed to drink alcohol while we work. I mean, that's just like I don't even know how to explain it. That's just like a never gonna happen thing. Like if you walked up to your boss right now, I guarantee you, like 99 out of 100 of you, your boss would be, and you asked him whether you could drink alcohol while you were working, he would give you a stern hell no. Maybe one of you might have a boss who thinks about it for a half a second before he gives you a hell no. Bartenders aren't even allowed to drink. That's interesting to know, Neverwood. That is quite interesting indeed. It probably depends on the establishment. But I guarantee you there's a minimum. I guarantee you, I mean, a maximum number of drinks they're allowed to drink. There's probably like a 2-drink max or 3-drink maximum or something like that. So that they can't just be like super drunk all day long. There's a professionalism, right? But see, here's my thing: is if you have an alcoholic, somebody who is an alcoholic, right, and they already have an issue, and you have an open drink policy at work, do you really think that they're not going to abuse the open drink policy at work? You know, your buddy Travo, that is a good date. You know why that's a good date? Because it doesn't exist. Unless you're revising the calendar. I mean, maybe. Ghosties! There's only 30. Y'all crack me up, sirs. So delicious. What's up, Trevocus? Trevocus? Good to see you, man. Always nice to see new faces in here. I don't think I've seen you in here before. And if you have been in here before and you haven't chatted, I'm sorry. Or you chatted, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm a terrible, terrible person. I try to remember everybody. It's fun that way. I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in like 78 days and 3 hours and 2 minutes. I'd be like, where you been? I'd be like, dude, how'd you keep track of exactly how long I was gone? That's creepy. That's a little creepy, sir. I like a little bot program that reminds you. Alright, I need to get to level 24. And then I can go a little bit further. Been browsing Diablo streams. That was the joke. It's okay, sometimes my jokes aren't funny, that's fine. It's nobody, you don't have to always laugh at my jokes, sir. Freezing Arrow, Amazon Chapman. I already have a multi-shot magic arrow Amazon. She does fairly okay. But at playing the multi-shot Amazon, I really wanted to play a freezing arrow Amazon. Like I was like pining for it after I played the multi-shot one, and I'm like, let's go play some multi-shot. So I think what I'm going to make next is a strafe Amazon. So she's going to be ice/strafe, I think. I think that's how I'm going to do it. That'll be a fun combo. A combination. So you said you're browsing the streams. So have you found any other good Diablo II Resurrected streams, Trevkus? I'm actually kind of curious if anyone else is even streaming under the Diablo II Resurrected category. I mean, I understand it's not out yet, and so some people might think that that's a bad idea, but, you know, I've come to realize that, you know, if people want to talk about Diablo II Resurrected, even if you don't necessarily have Diablo II Resurrected to play, it's still fun to gather everybody together who wants to talk about Resurrected and talk about Diablo II Resurrected. It's better than being bored by yourself, that's for sure. Really wish Diablo II Resurrected was out. I'll just go stare out the window at the grass. At the grass. Like, no, I'm not going to stare out the window at the grass. I'm going to gather together other people and play Diablo II Resurrected with them. Which, by the way, this above my head is Diablo II Resurrected Alpha, if you were curious. Some people don't quite get that that's the alpha version. Well, I appreciate you showing up, Travo. Welcome to the party, pal. Chadman asked, what is better, freezing or ice arrow? So the difference between freezing and ice arrow is obviously that freezing arrow is a single target, and ice arrow is a multi-target. So ice arrow will freeze the target for longer when you get it maxed out, and freezing arrow will freeze more targets at the same time because it has a radial cone of 3.3 yards. So when you fire ice arrow, it only is going to freeze one guy. And then once you get pierce, ice arrow can potentially freeze more than one because it can pierce through that target and pierce a couple behind him. But it's still only going to hit, you know, one target at a time, basically. However, if you have the freezing arrow, which is the last one, freezing arrow actually has the ability to deal massive amounts of damage because of the way that it hits. So it hits a target and then does a splash cone of ice damage, and then as it pierces through and it hits another target, it does another splash cone of ice damage. And this splash cone of ice damage is actually really, really awesome because it allows you to continually gain more and more damage as more and more targets exist. It's much the same way that Javazons work. So on Javazon, when you throw your Lightning Fury, for every target that it goes through, it shoots out lightning bolts. And so if it shoots out 5 lightning bolts for one target, it shoots out 10 for 2 and 15 for 3 and 20 for 4 and so forth and so on, and until the damage is multiplied out to such a great extent that you're practically one-shotting everything that you throw your spear at. This ice arrow works the same way, so you definitely want to build pierce, and you definitely want to build freezing arrow so that you can position yourself just right, shoot an arrow, and it goes through multiple targets. How well do you think arrows or sorceress is going to play on controller? I don't have PC anymore. I actually do have some footage of a sorceress using a controller, if you're interested in looking at it, Travo. I can bring myself down to a little smaller screen, and I can put some controller footage up for you, if that's what you'd like to see. Let's see here. Minimize myself. And we're going to put myself over in the corner this time, and then we're going to bring this up big screen so that you guys and gals can see this. And let me make sure that my game is over top of the footage, though, so that you can still see me, because I would like to be seen. You guys can't tell me what to do. Come on. Up. Upsy daisy, sir. There we go. So I'm going to be down here in the corner now, and the Diablo II Resurrected alpha footage will be over there for you guys to see. And I'm going to pull up specifically the controller footage for the sorceress so you can get an idea of how that works. So just a second here. I believe it's this one. So this is a, it's not right away, by the way, it kind of like fades into it. But this is a video of Diablo II Resurrected Alpha, and they're using a controller. So this is a fire sorceress, and keep in mind in this video, because this is old footage, so I know exactly what's going to happen. The sorceress is playing on /players 8, so she's playing on the hardest difficulty that you can possibly play on, and also she's basically like in like the Den of Evil and stuff. She's pretty low level. So when you see her spamming 8,000 fireballs at one target and wondering why it dies, that's the reason why, because she's on players 8. And that does make things much more difficult. We doing cows?
Good evening.
How are we gonna do cows?
Regrettably uttered regret. Greeting.
Guess we're doing cows.
Oh,
I don't even know if we can actually do cows. I'll certainly give it a try. I'll give it the old college try. Let me go turn in my golden bird of Kuile for my potion. The golden bird of Kuile. Strength and dex a little bit so I can actually equip some gear. And while they're going to get the leg, I'm assuming, I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to see if I can find any more information about Diablo II Resurrected. I wonder going to feel like Diablo 3 with controller, but Diablo 2 gameplay. I don't know, the way they set it up, I doubt it's going to feel like Diablo 3. They set it up so that even though you're using a controller, it's still being translated through a keyboard and mouse, so it's very interesting. I mean, it didn't seem like it. I didn't get a chance to play the alpha myself, unfortunately, Travo. It's one of the things that as soon as the beta comes out, I intend to test. PoE, Path of Exile. I did play it once a long time ago. I had a little bit of trouble getting into it, to be honest. It seemed like overly complicated for no reason, and I don't exactly know why. And that's saying a lot, because when Diablo 2 isn't exactly not complicated. I can't quite understand what you're trying to ask, FKP1. Which classes is good classes, yo? I mean, they're all good classes, to be honest, if you're talking about Diablo 2 in general. I mean, I would definitely not say that any of the classes are bad, if that's what you're trying to say. I feel like they're all good classes. It really depends on what you specifically want to do. I do have a selection of videos if you're interested. I call them my refresher videos, and in the refresher video set, type that in wrong. In the refresher video set, there is an introduction to each one of the classes. So, you know, introduction to Paladin, introduction to Necromancer, introduction to Assassin, and so forth and so on. And if you'd like to watch those, I'm sure you can get an idea of which character might be more, you know, your liking. There's a lot of other good information in there too, if you're interested. Everything from you know, breakpoints to magic find, you know, tips and tricks on your mercenary, even absolutely beginner stuff like holding the Alt key to see items and things like that for those players who are going to be brand new to the genre. I main mostly Druid in Diablo 2, but I might try a Barbarian. I want to try Frenzy. I mean, if you like Fury Barbarians, Frenzy Barbarians are going to be very similar in most regards. The other cool thing is that because Barbarians are very open in the types of items that they can use, you know, you can make a you can make an Axe Barbarian, a Sword Barbarian, a Hammer Barbarian. You know, there's a tons of different ways that your barbarian can be built. You know, unlike Druid, where, you know, Druids are kind of pigeonholed into certain items because of the transformation. You need that faster attack speed, increased attack speed on your main hand weapon, which limits your choices. Barbarians don't have the same limits, and they can have mastery in essentially any weapon that they choose. So, you know, if you wanted to be an Axe Barbarian, you could be an Axe Barbarian. If you wanted to be a Spear Barbarian, you could even be a Spear Barbarian. It's very interesting. +7 to max stamina. Woohoo! 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 If you're wondering why I'm not putting a portal up for the person who just died, it's because nobody here has killed Bale, and you can't go through someone else's portal into the cow level unless you have killed Bale. Which means she will not be able to get her body back that way. She has to run through the red portal, come all the way through. It's a whole thing. Flails, like General's Tandolaga. Yo, if I buy Diablo II Resurrected now, do I get open beta for PC? They have confirmed that buying, or rather pre-ordering the game, will give you early access to the beta. They have not announced when the beta is. That's kind of what this this whole video series is all about. You know, countdown to beta. We're basically waiting. We're waiting for the beta, and that's really all there is to it. And they said it was going to be in August, so it's August, and we are counting down the days of August
I need mana.
to find when the beta is actually going to occur. And that might seem super silly, but you know, there it is. And I've been searching nonstop for any information I can find too. And whenever I find it, I do share it with you all. Like for instance, there was a post a little while ago that basically said that Diablo II Resurrected was not going to be delayed, and it was on track, and we would hear more information soon. Who knows when soon is? The whole soon TM. Don't you forget about soon trademark. God, I've been hearing soon so many. There have been so many games where I've been waiting on things. So many games, and I always hear the soon. And soon can mean 8 years, or it can mean 1 hour. I swear. What's up, Boron? Well, I have a vacation in the middle of August, so I'm not mad at that. I can't wait to play it. I need a good reason to quit Diablo 3. Well, Diablo 2 will definitely give you a good reason to quit Diablo 3, that's for sure. But I'm not really sure replacing one addiction for another is, is really the healthiest way to go about it. Well, I mean, there's two things going on here. It's when is the beta, and when are they going to announce the beta? Like, what is the actual day that they will be announcing it? Because to me, that's also an interesting question. Last time they announced the alpha, it was literally 2 days before the alpha launched. Like they gave barely any you know, headway into the alpha. They were just like, "Yep, alpha's here, coming 2 days. 2 days from now, that's it. Sending out codes, suckers." And then that was it. That was all we got. Like sending out codes. And everybody was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Wait, what?" Looks like we got some little peepees ons. Come on in, bub. Bub. They called him Bub. I mean, I think a lot of people played Diablo 3. A lot of people played Diablo 3 based on, you know, that it was the next Diablo, and everybody who was excited about Diablo 2 was like, okay, here's the next Diablo, let's give it a try. And it didn't quite live up to everyone's expectations, and then they changed it, and then it still didn't live up to everyone's expectations, and then they really changed it, and then it got a little bit better, but it still didn't live up to everyone's expectations. Wait there for us. What the hell's with this guy? I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know. I didn't think Diablo 3 was like a horrible game or anything. I just didn't particularly like it. I mean, and saying that I didn't particularly like it is kind of sad because I did put a lot of time into it. A lot of time and a lot of characters, and I guess the truth of the matter is that I wanted to really love it, and I wanted to try out every aspect of the game to make sure that it wasn't just me not understanding how things were supposed to work. You know what I mean? That you know, that we could just give it a shot. You know, maybe if I just played a little longer, maybe if I grabbed the right character. Maybe if I found the right combination of skills, I'd love it. And honestly, it just kind of didn't work out. I mean, that's the thing with games these days. They love to frickin' hold your hand, and I don't get it. Let people flounder about a bit. Let them have trouble figuring things out. Let them put their mind to the problems so that they can have some fun, you know, making a solution. Why does it always have to be, as you're saying, like holding your hand everywhere? Is D4 BOP? What is BOP, Neverwell? Don't be pulling out these acronyms I never heard. It's a bind on pickup. Oh. Personal loot. I really don't know. I feel like that's the way things go these days. Like when you play an MMO or you play any type of game, they tend to have some very restrictive loot options. And even if they don't have bind on pickup, a lot of the times it's bind on equip. And bind on equip is pretty dumb. Like, oh, you put it on for half a second? Yep, you can't trade it to nobody ever now. Neverworld, I'm not with you on the floating combat text. I actually would like some floating combat text. I don't want everything. I don't want, like, all the things in the world appearing above people's heads or monsters' heads. But, you know, I would really like some indicators to determine whether I've hit a target or not. That would be nice. There are so many times in this game where I am just not sure whether I hit the target or whether I just have crappy damage or whether my roll is just really low. Guess what I just got? A Biggins bonnet. Biggins bonnet. It's actually a pretty good hat. Much better than Tarm Helm. It increases my maximum damage by a rather large number. 30%, in fact. 30% boost to all damage. Well, not all damage, but most damage. It's ugly as all get out, though. That's actually one thing, Big Nail, that I'm not interested in. So in a lot of MMOs, they have these, damage calculators and stuff like that are constantly running to figure out how much damage somebody is doing, and definitely not one of my favorite things. Definitely not. Because what happens when you have those damage calculators is that you end up with these situations where only the top builds are allowed to even be played. Like, nobody wants you to play a build that doesn't have the highest DPS possible, and it starts to make people feel bad about playing any other build that's not like the top of the line build. I prefer there to be some sort of mystery involved. Misses are one thing, DPS numbers are a whole nother. If I'm making any sense at all. Act 3 questing. A lem and a shale rune just sitting on the ground. Beautiful. Here's a lem rune. Here's a shale rune. Might as well take these out of here. I can store some things away. Does WoW not do what, Chadman?
Hello.
Talking about the combat numbers that I was talking about earlier, or are we talking about something else? Oh yeah, WoW does that. WoW is one of the, like, pretty much all MMOs for the most part do that stuff, because all the damage numbers and stuff appear in the chat. So it's super duper easy for you to make a program that reads the chat, copies all the numbers into a you know, like a little analysis program, and then the analysis program goes through the process of figuring out how much damage you were doing, what your damage per second is, all that stuff. And then people go through the process of testing every single build to figure out which build has the most optimal damage. And once they figure out which build has the most optimal damage, nobody wants to play the other builds anymore. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I meant more basic, like determining how much damage each spell does. I mean, we have a very basic damage indicator here, which determines what your damage is. The thing is we don't have more exact damage indicators that would determine things like how much exactly is being done, like per second, like how fast am I attacking? Like, is this attack better than X other attack? Like, am I better off using chain lightning for damage or lightning? You know, like, if there's multiple targets, does chain lightning actually do more damage than lightning? You know, like, just simple things like that. Like the difference between using ice arrow and freezing arrow. God, I hate when the freaking Hierophants just heal each other constantly. I don't have enough damage to overcome the Hierophants. His name is What's up, Crackpan? Oh, not soon, TM. Alright, let's do this. Diablo II Resurrected. Alright, and we're going to search, and we're going to do a search for literally within the past hour. Well, this is not good news. Looks like I have some news, but it's not news about Diablo II Resurrected, but it could potentially be bad news about Diablo II Resurrected. I'm not sure. We will see. Let me help him kill the Travid call real quick, and I'll read it. I'm gonna leave you all in suspense. I hope you guys are happy. They said they're gonna be remastering all the cutscenes, Big Nail. So they're gonna be redoing all the cutscenes in higher definition. Somebody posting some links. Crackpan, what you posting? Let me know what you're posting, and I'll if I approve, I'll give you permission to post it. Did you type in battle.net? Because battle.net is a link. I know we don't think of battle.net as a link, but battle.net as actually a link. You know, it counts as a link. Just type in battle.net without the dot. You know, if you don't type the dot, it'll be fine. Alright, so what do we got here? Following feedback provided by testing participants of the closed alpha, our team has been tuning core and endgame features. For example, we're iterating on PvP content like Cycle of Strife. Make sure I'm attacking Ishmael Vilehand. A Cycle of Strife to make it more accessible alongside late game PvE content like Heliquary to make it more... Oh, stop murdering me. What's up, Gileb Flamefinger? Did you know your finger is flamey? To make it more engaging, we're also working to provide control support for those who want to play our game differently. They add that however these changes and additional opportunities to improve our gameplay experience will not be realized in the 2021 timeframe we had previously communicated. So the game is now planned for release in the first half of 2021, which will allow us to add substantial improvements to the whole game. So Diablo Immortal has been delayed until 2021. That's interesting. Or 2022, sorry. I'm trying to fight the Travancore while at the same time reading an article, and it's not working out as well as I would have thought. Who'da thunk it? What's up, Torque? Oh lord, they're gonna kill me. I'm about to die. I need some potions. Diablo Immortal has been delayed. Apparently, it's going to be delayed till 2022. Let me post this article in there for you guys and gals. Just so you can have fun reading that if you're interested. Blizzard has been known to delay games in the past due to their need to polish them. This doesn't come as a surprise, however, given the game was first announced in 2018 with Diablo 4, presumably launching in the next couple of years. We have to wonder if delaying it could have an impact on its popularity. Either way, we're looking forward to it, and we'll have to wait till next year. Interesting. Oh my god, he just got healed by the dang Hierophant. I was literally almost about to kill him, and he got healed by the freaking Hierophant. Where are you at, Hierophant? No, we're not doing this. Where are you? And that's what really bugs me about the Hierophants, is they can literally heal somebody from like 10 miles away. Where are you? Okay, I don't know where that Hierophant was, but that was a little much. So I'm not sure if this is due to the problems that Blizzard has right now. You know, obviously they're in some deep doo-doo, as a Star Wars character would probably put it. They're in the deepa doo-doo, the big poodoo. Oh my god! Stop hitting me! Thank you. Who's left? Ishmael Vilehand. Did I ever play SWG? Star Wars Galaxy or whatever? I played a game that was on MMO, a Star Wars MMO. I played a lot of PvP. I remember being pretty addicted to the PvP. You know what's one thing I cannot stand? It's Hydras. I don't care if the Hydras do 0 damage. I cannot stand the Hydras. Especially when you have, like, the entire council summons hydras on top of you, and all of the hydras are shooting fireballs at you, and none of the fireballs are doing any damage, but you're sitting there dodging them. You're like, and it's just so loud and obnoxious. All the fireball sounds, all the dodge sounds, and then your character can't do anything because she's just sitting there dodging. It's just, ooh, it's so awful. I want to kill somebody.
Not here.
Talk to Kane. Oh yes, I know Crackpan. I know. However, we just found out, Crackpan, that the Diablo president stepped down, and can you guess who they put in the place of the Blizzard president? They hired the Vicarious Visions president. So, despite the fact that Vicarious Visions is somewhat insulated from the incident, they just stole the president of Vicarious Visions for Blizzard. So, I guess, in a way, Vicarious Visions is now involved, since they're stealing members from that company to take over in leadership positions in Blizzard. That's pretty funny. 19 minutes ago. Blizzard's monthly active user count is down again. Activision Blizzard Q2 revenue trends upward. So they have less people playing, but they're still making more money? That doesn't make much sense. Oh, I'm level 25 now. Sweet. What's up, Diabolica? You don't like my Diablo 2 waiting room? Man, if you don't like my waiting room, I don't know what to tell you, Diabolica. You need to be nice, okay? You need to be nice. Okay, you do like it then. Great. Good to have you here. Pick up a magazine. We got a couple Game Informers and stuff sitting around, you know. Some old ones from like 1996. You can read about GoldenEye 007 that's coming out next year. Ow, you guys stop being rude. Oh my god, go! Just trying to click on stuff. GoldenEye 007, Everworld! Come on now if you didn't play GoldenEye 007. We're gonna fight. You better have played some good old GoldenEye 007. You better have. Stop! Stop! If he wants to get on the couch, don't stop him from getting on the couch, you big mean bully dog. Bully dog. Yeah, that's never going to happen. GoldenEye 007 is lost in a sea of How do I put it? It's lost in a sea of licensing issues. What's up, okay, hey? How's it going? Did you play any more of your hardcore necromancer? Find anything good?
It's locked.
Both our dogs are old as dirt, and they. Oh no! All your skeletons. He must not have any points in the skeletons. And then he looks like he swapped his gear set or something, or took something off, and every single one of his skeletons just died. He reset his stats right here, which means he had to have used a token. So this guy must have, like, tweaked out gear if he has a token laying around.
I need a key.
Farming runes. Are you killing the Countess over and over again? It's a good idea.
It's locked.
Sweet. I wish I could stream for all day. Unfortunately, I'm stuck on the, I gotta go to work tonight at 10 p.m. So, yeah. What's up, Shiv? Shiv popped into my, my stream earlier. I streamed some, a horror game over on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw, but, he popped in just to say Diablo. So, that was so very nice of him to come in and speak the word of the devil. The word of the devil. The word of the devil. Yeah, it's double shift night. That's the horror game, by the way. It's called Summer of 58. It's pretty spooky, and if you're interested in watching, it's definitely a good one. It's only about an hour and 33 minutes, and it'll scare your butthole hairs off. I hope you guys are ready to have your butthole hairs scared off. You don't like horror games, okay? I mean, Diablo is a horror game. I haven't done a lot of anything, okay, except for sleep and work. Ow, frickin' holy freeze lightning enchanted dirtbag. Man, my cold arrow really does like no damage, I swear. Brim Sparkfist. Ghost Hunter Core the other day. Sounds interesting. I had there was a game I played a little while ago that I played for a little while, but I didn't really get like super into it because it was a multiplayer game. Like it really requires more than one player, essentially. And it's called Phasmophobia. If you guys have never picked that game up, if you like horror games, Phasmophobia is really cool. But it's one of those games that you really need some other people to play with, some people that you actually know that aren't just like derping around. Not derpy derps. It's an interesting game, but like I said, it's not something that you can really play by yourself. And then on top of that, if you don't have a good team, things kind of go poorly. So I don't really know. The what is my favorite act of D2? I feel like Act 3 has some of the coolest stuff in it. I know some people don't like Act 3 because of how long it is and how the jungle kind of like takes forever for you to clear. But Durance of Hate is a really cool area. The Travancore is a really cool area. I love the Travancore and Durance. Even like the city areas, like the Bazaar and whatnot, are actually really cool areas in my opinion. And then on top of that, Alcor is in Act 3, and Alcor is a really cool dude. I love his Golden Bird of Quile, and you have found the book. He's pretty funny. I'm not gonna say that Act 3 is the best act in the world. The jungle part of Act 3 is probably the most horrendous garbage I've ever seen. But oh, so you play horror games too then, huh? I see. I handle horror really well, I think. They get me every now and then. But I'm usually pretty good with it. Not as easy for them to get me as they think. And I'm pretty brave about it too. Like, I'll go straight into the darkness. I'll walk straight toward the demon. I don't care. Let's go. It's usually the ambiance games that get me. The ones that have like really, really, really good ambiance. You know, like the sound effects, like the creeping sounds in the background and things like that. Those ones will get me because like they build this you know, this really cool world. Like inside your mind, you hear all these effects, you know what's going on, you can hear what's going on, but you're not exactly sure. You know, something was behind you, you hear something crawling, whatever it is, you know, it's pretty cool. I actually really quite enjoy that portion of the game. The sound. I've noticed that games that have really, really good sound effects, like horror games that have really, really good sound effects, tend to be more scary to me than like all the jump scares in the world. This necromancer has done absolutely nothing the entire time. And I am just, like, kind of done with him. Like, as soon as we even started doing anything, he reset his character and then went to town and then did a bunch of crap and then, like, said he was going to go get his skeletons. And I swear it's been, like, 15 minutes and he hasn't even killed a single monster since. And I don't know what he's doing. He's here. Like, he's not AFK. His dog didn't have to take a poop. You know, he's just gone. Your voice isn't blown out? What are you doing? Screaming constantly into the camera? Or the microphone? Like, please make it stop. They just want to see you bleed. They want to see you bleed. That's very interesting. Okay. You're level 200 something in Phasmophobia, Diabolica? That's pretty high. I don't have like any money or nothing, and I think I'm like level like 3. I have a couple videos of Phasmophobia up on my channel, and I thought they were pretty good. Like I got scared out of my wits at one of them, like I freaking died. And I knew it was coming. And I should have done better. But yeah, here, let me see if I can find them. Hold on. Phaz. I'm not sure if I did them live or if I did them as recordings. Playlist Phaz. I'm sure that I'm absolutely terrible. These are all beginner videos. The first video is literally just me trying to figure out what the hell's going on in the game. And you'll have to admit that the game is a little difficult in the beginning. It's not exactly the easiest game in the world to figure out. There's a little bit of a learning curve going on, and I think by the second episode I kind of had it under control, but you know, there were still some things that I was trying to figure out. I wasn't all there yet. You and your dang lightning balls. And he freaking one-shot me. That is hilarious. I'm kind of mad about that. He just one-shot me. I actually would like to get some more Phasmophobia episodes in. So, you know, if you are interested, Diabolica, since you seem to have a level 200 character, that would certainly be an interesting thing to play. Ow. God bless it. This character is not ready for nothing, is she?
Good day.
I'm pushing her too fast, and the Necromancer ran out of skeletons. Just ran out of skellies. He's like, you know what? Who needs skeletons? You know what, let me see if I can get him stuck on the moat. You're too late. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a portal right here. Come here, buddy. Okay, yeah, we go over here. Yeah, we'll have to set up a day someday. I don't know if you're already on my Discord or not, but hop in there and you know, maybe we'll work something out. We'll figure out a day to have fun together, getting murdered by ghosts. Pew 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 pew. I'm so dumb. I've got quite a few good horror games, okay, if you're looking for ones to play. There are actually some really, really sweet ones in my list. Definitely ones that you could play on your channel. I've been schooled by the best. My girlfriend, she's like the horror game queen, and she has the ability to find like the perfect horror games to play. She just knows. So if you go take a look at my YouTube channel, I have a playlist that's literally just called horror games, and there's tons of really good horror games on there. I might even have it programmed in here if you type in !horror. I can't remember if I did or not, to be honest. Thing about horror games, though, is they're very one-off. You know, you play them, you beat them, and you really don't kind of go back to them after that. That's just kind of how things work. +2 to Holy Freeze.
Success. But still, there's something not right.
Hello. Oh,
Doom 3, I would consider Doom 3 to be a horror game. It's very horror-ish.
hello.
Definitely has a horror-ish vibe. Alright, I am eager to use my bow, because both of my bows are just awful now. And I cannot do enough damage to save my life. And this Necromancer, like, I really don't want to be mean to this Necromancer, but he's... I don't know what's going on with him. I really don't. Maybe he's got some distractions in the background or something. But I'm going to move on. See if I can find a Chaos game. Act 4, kill Diablo, something like that. Cow Chant, no. X-Ball. Tomb Runner, Get to Nightmare. Or, you know what we can do? Let me do a little bit more searching here so I can see if I can find anything else. Just anything else. Because, I mean, we did find some juicy tidbits of information today. The Blizzard president stepped down. The, why is Sheep Scream 2K? It's channel points, isn't it? Or is it, did I do bits? I thought I did channel points. Channel points go pretty fast when you're subscribed, the Lord Apprentice. I think you get 2 times the channel points if you're subscribed or something like that. And maybe you got one of them free Prime subscriptions. You get your channel points faster. You're broke. Why does it say the sounds alerts are offline? And I forgot to put my tip jar up there. There we go. What's up, Francis PB? It's we still don't have a huge amount of information. We did get some interesting information though. Apparently, the president of Vicarious Visions, the one overseeing Diablo II Resurrected, got promoted to the president of Blizzard. So that's a whole thing. If you want to see that article, that is right here. Not really sure what that means for Diablo II Resurrected, but that's quite interesting. Also, we got some other news, which is not exactly strictly related to Diablo II Resurrected, but it's funny nonetheless. Diablo Immortal apparently has been delayed till 2022. So that's another interesting one there. Oh, well, thank you, Diabolica. Look at you giving out subs. Is paying forward the gift they got from Ginger Gaming Mentor. Ah, well, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet subscriptions, yes. Look, now you got a little heart. You got a little Chinchilla with the heart, holding his little hearts like this. It's like, that's my heart. There, you like my little Chinchilla face? God, I look silly on there. And you can use emotes now too, Lard. So you can use chonkers. That's Mr. Chonkers. Say hello to Mr. Chonkers. And then you can also use this one, I think. And you can use this one's. I think that's how many. Heh. Who doesn't like a little Chinchilla on their shoulder? Come on now. Obviously. Alright, I'm going to do one more search here. See if I can find anything. I'm going to change up my my search terms. I've been searching for various things. Let's just type in something really generic. Sometimes the more generic the search you make, the easier it is to come up with something interesting. And so that's exactly what we've done, is I've made it as generic as humanly possible. A lot of information. You got me. You got me. I wasn't even paying attention, Lord. You got me. That freaking sheep scream is hilarious. Lots of information on Diablo Immortal being delayed, which is interesting. Apparently, like every news organization in the world is talking about that. I'm not really sure why people are so excited for that game, but somebody replied to one of my YouTube comments. Oh, it's Bad Burial. Bad Burial was talking about making a fire trapper for Diablo II Resurrected, and I was telling him that fire trappers are excellent for normal and nightmare difficulty. Awesome. I haven't played since I was 16. I'm 27 now, so it's been a long while. Oh, interesting. Well, I should probably link him in my playlists. Ha ha ha. Where's my my tutorial playlist? And we're gonna link him this playlist because that's one of the things that I love to do, is help out the newer players as they're coming back, or the returning players as they're coming back. You should sheep scream me, Diabolica. Shot him a message. Alright, we're gonna keep looking here. We're gonna see if we can find anything else. There's just a lot of flooded information here that recently, like very recently, like within the past hour, a lot of information has popped up about the Diablo Immortal being shunted. And of course, Diablo Immortal having the same name as Diablo II Resurrected, the search results get mixed together. Because as I said, I'm going very generic with this particular search. Oh, here's a post. Hold on. 18 hours ago, it's in another language, which is always a good sign. Apparently, this was only like 12 hours ago. August was getting closer and closer, however, with no further details on beta. Instead, reports of indictment that shook the entire Blizzard environment suddenly made the rounds. There's talk of misogyny, discrimination, sexual harassment, and even suicide. We kept you up to date on everything that happened in the course of the indictment and afterwards on Buffed. After the scandal, some Diablo fans feared that the beta or even the release of Diablo II Resurrected could be postponed. Is that why there are still no exact details about the beta test, despite the fact that we are in August? And then he talks about the community manager post by Pezradar, which we've already gone over. He basically said there are no postponements. The beta will continue to start in August. We will have more news for you shortly, or rather, he said soon. TM, that's what he said, soon. Of course, this is translated from another language, so I'm sure they paraphrased it a bit. As soon as Blizzard reveals the general conditions of the beta, we will, of course, keep you up to date here. Same thing I've been saying. So, as soon as I have information, I will share it. And I guarantee you I'm going to find this information, like, right away. This is a bunch of dumbness, though. Let's try D2R beta. Doo-doo. Vagaries. Somebody just made a post and it literally just says vagaries with an exclamation point. Come in August. Why can't they just say the day? Are you waiting for a Tuesday to announce it comes out next Tuesday? Then you know the date. Let people know. Trolls. When nobody responded, and I think that's hilarious. We're not. We're on Tuesday, and they haven't said anything. So there's being little buttholes about it. Murphy, you know, even if there was somebody behind me, you know, I'll just take one for the team. It'll probably make me a millionaire. You know, somebody will come up behind me, stab me, the video will get like 1 million views. I'll be all right. I'll survive somehow. Like I'll throw Power Master Optimus Prime at his head and run for the door like Power Master Optimus Prime. He can take one for the team. You can take one for the team, right, Power Master Optimus Prime? Right. Yep. He said yep. He said he was going to take one for the team, yes. He said I got this big proboscis on the back end. I'll use that for something. Look at this beautifulness. Let me see if I can bring this up on screen just for giggles. For the giggles. Wow. So I was talking about this yesterday, and I kind of wanted to go over it because it was pretty cool. So this is the Diablo II Resurrected website, and they got this really cool graphic right here. I mean, it's awesome. And down here at the bottom, if you go all the way down to the bottom, there's a button here that says press. And if you click press, you can go into this website, and it has all this information on like various games and things that are coming out. So I'm assuming that if we go in here and click on Diablo Immortal, there's probably some sort of press release on the fact that it's been delayed. Of course, this website is slow. It's very slow. So this is the Diablo II Resurrected press release kit. And in here they have screenshots. They have all sorts of cool things for Diablo II Resurrected. And there's the bear. And hold on. They also got this one, which is Andariel's throne room. They've got the Act 2 in here. I'm assuming that's a Paladin. Looks like a Paladin anyway. Got the static field. It says pre-beta in development content. They also have some videos on here, some interesting stuff. These were posted on June 13th. These images that I'm showing you right now, these were June 13th images. So this says pre-beta, whereas if you go down here and you click on these images, see it says technical alpha down there in the corner. So these are from the alpha. And these images are from the beta, or pre-beta. So this is the Druid. I'm assuming that's Armageddon. We also have the Bear Druid here. And then this is the Paladin, I would assume. And we also have the Paladin in town with a Barbarian there, and the Druid's over in the corner. And there's a Sorceress. So this is a 4-player game right now. that they're in. That's obviously 4 people. Oh, I didn't notice. They're all there. Yeah, they're all there. Look, there's the druid. There's the sorceress. There's the paladin. And I don't... Oh, the barbarian's right there at... Right at Andariel's nipple rangs. Okay, so this is actually a 4-man group in this video. That's pretty cool. Look at that, like, magical hammer. Is that a Hammerton's hammer, or is that like what the skeleton's actually holding in his hand? It's kind of interesting. I wonder if I can, let's get a closer look at this. Kind of looks like it's a hammer in his hand. No, that's got to be magical hammers. Yeah, it's got to be hammers. Alright. This one's pretty cool because it seems like somebody's using static field. A really, really high level static field at that. Huh. We'll go ahead and download these. Download. Download. Let's take a look at what else is on here. Anything other that has been posted that's new. So we've got logos. Those are old. We've got the announcement trailer. That's old. That's from February. Artwork from February. That's Rob Gallerani and Rod Ferguson. Those are the people working on the game. We got this is the fact sheet. I actually read this on camera last episode. We got the press release kit. I've been checking here to see if any information pops up because I'm pretty sure that this is the kind of thing that would probably pop up on the press kit if once the game is being released. And I was reading this the other day too. It's like this big long paragraph that basically says nothing in here is guaranteed. So go play with yourself in the corner. I'm curious about Diablo Immortal. They only have the 421 closed alpha press kit. Screenshots from Diablo Immortal. Let's see what information they have on Diablo 4. Here's Diablo 4. Diablo 4 quarterly update, June 2021. We've got some screenshots of stuff. Some sort of Cerebus monster. What's up, Jose? How's it going? The hell is that? Blood Bishop Head. Isometric Barbarian. Faced customization. I don't know what that was, Jose. Apparently this is Diablo 4 stuff. There's Lilith. Pale Knight Dynamic. That's a really cool image. I actually really like that. I'm going to download that. I could use that as a wallpaper. Rogue video banner. What other information do they have on here? Lilith wallpaper. They got wallpapers for phones and they got wallpapers for your desktop. Might as well download one of these. Sounds like fun. Got BlizzCon press kits. Diablo 3 for Nintendo Switch press kit? Why is that in the Diablo 4 section, though? That's weird. Seems like they put stuff in the wrong sections sometimes. Let's go to the home page. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys and gals that the Blizzard Press Center. I thought this was rather interesting. It does have some interesting information on it at the very least. And I don't know. I mean, we still have a pre-purchase button here. I mean, they do have things like the news page here, which if we click on this, it takes us to all the recent news that they've released on Diablo II Resurrected. And the latest article is that one about accessibility, which I've already gone over. It's the one that talks about adding a miss indicator to the characters, as you can see. See, they're talking about adding this little miss indicator when you miss your attacks, which Neverworld absolutely hates. Neverworld said he started a petition to remove the miss indicator from the game. They also released this, which was interesting during that news article, which was they talked about all the extra things that they added. They added a clock, chat gym mode, some other interesting things that they added. They were talking about. I wonder what that game creation tab is. That's interesting. I've never seen a game creation tab on the options panel before. I wonder what kind of options would be there in the game creation tab. Dude, that's got me thinking now. There's also this that they were talking about, which was rather interesting. So this is multi-channel inputs. So basically it allows you to control individual sounds. So, you know, you can turn up the ambient, or you can turn up the skill the noises, you could turn up the monsters, grunts and stuff, or you could turn down, you know, whichever ones you wanted. World of Tanks has this. And it's very interesting because it allows you to micromanage which sounds you would like to hear and which sounds you would probably prefer not to hear. And it's pretty cool. Squeebo's got new lights for streaming again. Oh, sweet. What kind of lights did you get? My lighting is always messed up. I can never seem to get my lighting just right. I need like an actual, like a desk with like permanent lights on it and like the green screen attached to the wall and a bunch of other things like that. Because nothing I ever do ever turns out the best. Some weird Walmart light. Some weird Walmart light. Let's go. There was also this news article which gives us an idea of what we're likely to see in beta when beta comes out. So this one was about technical alpha learnings, and in here they go over like you know, the changes to the skills. They go over other things, like these are some of the images they had on file. This is like, I guess those are the ghosts. Take a look at these ghosts. I actually really like the ghosts. I don't think there's going to be any auto pickup items, Murphy. I know that there's going to be auto pickup gold, but that's something that you can toggle on and off. Dude, if they tell us August and then it shows up at the end of August, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people who are pretty angry. They're going to be a little cranky, okay? They're going to be a little bit cranky. Just a little bit cranky. And then we got this one. Man, look at those freaking brutes, though. Look at his face. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. He's a little angry dude. He's a little angry. A little bit angry dude. He's a little bit of an angry dude. You about to get whipped, sorceress. And then they also had some here like the potions and whatnot. This was one of the older articles. I actually already went over this article, talked about all this stuff. The 3 shared stash tabs, that was an interesting discovery there. So they talked about adding extra shared stash tabs because 1 wasn't enough. Everybody was complaining that 1 wasn't enough. They also changed a lot of these icons too. So like they're not all exactly the same as they were in this game. They actually went over that. Hold on, where was that at? It was like, yeah, here. So this is Diablo 2 is at the top. The alpha is in the middle, and the alpha feedback changes are here. And notice they did actually change the bow quite a bit. They changed the color of the shield. It was a little bit yellow in the original. They definitely have updated the icons a bit and made them a little bit more, I think, in line with Diablo 2 than they were in Diablo II Resurrected. The alpha. I think the alpha changed them a lot. 14 years, BS guy. That's a long time, man. I think you are in need of my Diablo 2 refreshers. Those are my Diablo 2 refresher videos. And I've got a lot of good information in there if you're interested in having a look. I go over all the classes. I go over the breakpoints, magic find. I go over the mercenaries. I go over some early basics and things like that. And then I have some more complicated stuff. So if you want a refresher, now that you're coming back to Diablo 2 for the first time, take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Ginger Gaming Mentor. I didn't quite work. It was too many syllables. Huh. I like how in the original the skeletons are like red and black and they really stand out from each other. But in the remake the skeletons don't really stand out from each other as well. It's a little odd. Your Werebear Paladin. We got the Manazon, we got the Assassin, we got the Nuclear Monster, the Berberdin, the Sorceress, the Paladin, and the Druid. The Druid, redesigned for user interface. Oh yeah, this is the advanced stats panel that they added. So this wasn't in the game when you played before, BSU guy. This is the advanced stat panel. It's going to show off all your cool effects that you've got and count them up for you. So that's really nice. I guess this is the revamped ladder screen that shows you the people on the ladder, which was pretty cool. Bring your own army. Diablo II Resurrected features cooperative gameplay supporting up to 8 players, and each player also has access to 1 mercenary. The minions of the Burning Hells may go stronger, but there'll be no match for you. Evil has survived. I like that. Alright, guys and gals, I gotta go get ready for work. Unfortunately, I do have to go in to Diablo. Go into Diablo. I do have to go in to work tonight. I gotta work a double shift, so I'm gonna have to cut this short, which I really didn't quite want to do, but because I have so much fun hanging out with you all. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do a rerun of this episode, and I will be here for live chat. So if you guys want to talk to me, if you guys want to ask questions, I will keep my phone essentially on with the chat running, even while I'm at work, so that if I see you, I'll respond and answer whatever questions you got. It's not the same as a video VOD. You know, if you wanted to rewatch this as a VOD, you can do that. But there's no chat. You can't talk with anybody else. You can't talk with me. So, so I like to do a rerun of my episodes, you know, so that I can talk with you guys. Plus, you know, if I'm not doing the video, I'm much more able to chat with you, as opposed to, you know, if I'm actually doing the video, it'd be really pretty difficult for me to talk with you on a regular basis. So I think it's actually kind of fun that way. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and I am sorry that I do not have the Diablo II Resurrected beta date for you. I'm checking with my uncle at Blizzard. My uncle said he's going to try and get me that date as soon as possible. You know, he's working the boss, and the boss has the date on his desk. And as soon as he slips those sleeping pills into his boss's drink, he's going to take a look at that paper for us and hand us the beta date. But until that happens, we're just going to have to hang in there. We're going to have to keep searching, and we'll find out. All right, we'll find out. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.